to just have no distractions and just introspect. I learned so much about what I actually want to stick to and what I actually want to focus on. So it was a good year for that. I'm in Edinburgh right now. Just got to my hotel room. I arrived at like 10 o'clock in the morning and I thought, oh my god, I have to kill 5 hours. Let me at least drop off my bags. And I went to drop off my bags and the lady was like, your room is ready, don't worry. And I was just like, thank you, thank you. I wanted to freshen up so bad and I was gonna like just drop off my bags and just go and find a toilet somewhere and just, you know, you're probably thinking, what are you doing here? What are you doing in Scotland? My birthday is on Sunday. Today is Wednesday. What I usually do, I say usually, I only did it last year, but it's gonna become a tradition for me. The days leading up to my birthday, I want to make it a regular thing where I do a solo trip. It could be in the country, it could be outside the country, it just depends on the budget at the time. Last year, it was Manchester. This year, it's Edinburgh. So much has changed in between my 22nd birthday and my 23rd birthday, and so on and so forth. So I just want to like take a couple days away from all of my responsibilities, away from work, away from family, away from everything. I brought my big fat journal with me. I'm going to do a lot of journaling. I'm going to do a lot of writing. My creative juices have not been flowing. I've just been like focused on work. I feel like I have no distractions now. That's the whole point of this, to just have no distractions and just introspect. Before we got our book recommendations from TikTok or Google or Goodreads or whatever, we used to go to bookstores or libraries and literally just stay there for hours perusing the shelves and just seeing what title sticks out to you and reading the blurb and just taking it home and seeing if you love it. And I miss that shit. I'm gonna just like browse bookstores. Edinburgh Castle, I have booked a tour. I know, crazy. I booked a tour to go see it. It's like I'm gonna have a guide who shows us around and tells us the history of Edinburgh Castle, and I'm just like, oh, I'm excited basically. Right now I'm just like relaxing. I'm getting a bit hungry, so I might go out for lunch later. But before I do that, I'm gonna show you guys the hotel room and what it looks like. Let's go. Just entering the room. This is what the room looks like when you walk in. I think it's a bit too big for me, to be honest, but this is me. The TV is here. We got the freaking bed. We hope you have a quacking time. Cute, I guess. These windows are huge. Like, look at that. Now the bathroom. Got me again, hello. And then we've got the sink and the toilet. Okay, so basically what I'm thinking is, now that I've been able to check in and I've settled into my room, I'm getting comfortable, I'm getting lazy, but I told myself I would go to Cafe Carlton. It's on a hill. The idea of walking up a hill right now makes me want to, I want to go to Cafe Carlton and do some writing and have some lunch there, but I don't have the energy. It's because I didn't sleep last night, guys. I was talking to my brother, then I was talking to my friend, so I didn't go to sleep until like 1 a.m. and then I had to wake up at 5 a.m. to get ready for getting to the airport and, you know, flying. So 4 hours of sleep. So I'm literally feeling my energy depleting. So I'll have an early night tonight anyway, like it's fine. But what I could do is I could go to a corner shop, get an energy drink, take that, go up the hill, do my writing, and then come back and then, like, you know, pray, unwind, chill, and then order food and, you know, just relax. I low-key want to order room service. The other option is staying in, ordering room service and writing here, but I know I won't do it. I know I'll just end up on TikTok or Netflix. I didn't come to Scotland to bedrock, okay? I came to look around. So we're gonna go with option number 1. Caffeine before 12 is fine. Fuck it, man. Let's just go. Let's just get ready, freshen up. My legs are aching. Do you want to see how many steps I did? I have done 11,000 steps today. I don't know if it's focusing. Ignore where it says you're walking more than you typically do. That's a lie. I walk 10,000 steps all the time. You guys saw me climbing up that damn mountain. Guys, that was not funny. I was sweating and I was so uncomfortable. But like, it was a pretty sight. It was midday, so it was pretty outside. Like, the sun was high in the sky. I got some nice pictures of the landscape. I told you guys I would buy the Monster energy drink. I bought it, but then I never ended up drinking it because it felt wrong to crack this open in in such a, I don't know what it is about that cafe. That cafe was so much more like prestige and elegant than I thought it would be. I thought it was just gonna be a nice little cafe at the top of the mountain and then looking over the top of Edinburgh, and I could just sit there and do my writing and have a little like snack. No, it was like giving gourmet lunch. Maybe I wasn't that fancy and I'm just being dramatic, but like it just felt more formal than I thought it would be. So cracking this open in that cafe was awkward. Also, you know what it is about me? I do not think that it's awkward or uncomfortable to go out and eat by yourself. Like I used to think that. I could never go to a restaurant and sit with myself and eat a dinner. I could never did it up. I can do it now. But I haven't done it in so long that doing it today felt so awkward. I was surrounded by like older people, like older couples. All the old couples were just there having their like Caesar salads and like gourmet dishes, and I was just there with my steak and fries. Like when I go somewhere to write, like a cafe or a brunch place, I'm usually there for like 3-4 hours, okay, because I need time to like really get into my writing. But for some reason, okay, as soon as the food came, I inhaled it in like 10 seconds, first of all. But then after that, it's such a like popular place. 1 second. Basically, they don't give robes for free. I was so confused by that. You know, like I used to think that every hotel came with complimentary robes. They don't. You gotta buy them for £5 extra. It's part of the experience. Anyway, I'm usually at cafes for a long time. Even after finishing my food, I'll probably get an extra drink and just sit there for hours. But this place just felt like it was so popular and in high demand. Like you literally had to wait to be seated. There wasn't a line, but it was really like, did you make a reservation? Like I was like, oh, no girl, I just climbed up that damn mountain, like, and I'm sweating, like let me sit down. It just felt illegal to stay longer than like an hour. I should have taken my time with my food so I could stay there for longer, but like I was hungry. So they didn't tell me to leave, but like everybody around me had come and gone by the time I finished my food. So I was like, this feels rude, I need to go. So I got my boba tea. I went to I don't remember, was it St. James Quarter, just like the shopping center. I'll remember what it's called and I'll put it on the screen. I was trying to find out if I could find my signature scent. I want to find out what my signature scent is, because I want to just have like a staple perfume like collection of things that like are my unique scent. You know what I mean? I love vanilla, I love coconut, I love like warm scents. So that's the kind of vibe I'm going for. I don't like sweet. I was at Victoria's Secret, I went to the perfume shop, I went to Harrods, and I was just sniffing stuff. Is it just me, or is makeup ridiculously expensive when it's not drugstore makeup? Drugstore makeup to me is not even cheap. Like I'm like, that's many. Like I haven't replaced my foundation in such a long time. I'm still figuring out my lip combo as well. There's a lot of stuff I need to figure out. Like my sense of style too, like that's still a work in progress, guys. I don't have a signature scent. I don't have a signature fashion scent. Those are the two things I need to work on as a woman. Guys, we're women now. We need to actually have these things like solidified. I think 17-year-old me had no fucking clue who I was, which makes sense. But now I'm like so like in tune with me. Like I'm very, very like sure of who I am, but I need to like find a way to express it in those like facet. But like, just, you know what I mean? Like I have a vibe, I have an identity. I just need to learn how to showcase it. The sun is setting, it's getting dark outside. Thank God I came back right before then. I don't know when I'm gonna get a chance to write again. Maybe tomorrow morning at breakfast I could get some writing done. We'll see. This is meant to be a chill getaway. Like I don't want to give myself work to do. We are going to just unwind, you know, shower, do a face mask, watch some Love Island, and order some takeout. If you guys are watching Love Island All Stars, my God, it's addicting in the worst way possible. Fuck it, let me talk about it. My Love Island All Stars debrief, okay? Shaq attack. Take a touch, relax, calm down, just relax. Ekin-Su was something else, right? You could tell she was putting it on, like putting on a show, and it was like annoying, but at least it was a little bit entertaining. Shaq, it's just annoying. Whitney, love you, I love you down, girl. One thing I admire about Scott is that he is giving English literature baddie. Like he's giving I loved English in school. He doesn't just insult you, he's colorful with it. He does the absolute most, and I love it. Okay, as a viewer, I love it. So Scott and Whitney are my MVPs. I don't really think I care about anyone else in that show. Jess is annoying. Millie, she's cool, she's alright. Sammy, Leanne, she's cute. Oh, I almost forgot. Jack, loser. Sean, loser. Tommy, loser. I remember him calling Shakira a bitch in her season, so don't like him. Sean, because he actually is the bully that he's accusing Scott of being. Kieran, I don't like the way he talked to Whitney in the season, so yeah, he's in the burn book as well. My battery is dying, so I should probably go. So hope you enjoy my debrief. If you disagree with anything, I don't care. There's nothing I'm more excited for than living on my own. Guys, this is how I've hung up my wig in the corner of the room, and I'm 100% sure that in the middle of the night I'm gonna wake up and scream because of it. It just looks so scary. I just woke up. Well, I woke up an hour ago. Now that I'm looking at the time, I journaled for quite a while. You probably saw me with this lovely journal. Honestly, I've been journaling in this since second year of uni. Like this, no, first year of uni. This dates back a long time. When I go back to the beginning of this journal, I'm just like, who is she? Oh, she was crazy. I was so obsessive when it came to my goals and all the things I wanted to do, which is fine, which is not the problem. It's just I don't have a voice right now. But I think looking at your old journal entries, it's just important. It's very important because I didn't know I was like this bad. Like my internal dialogue was very harsh. It was very authoritative. Like almost like I had like, it's almost like I had a dictator in my brain. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was not very loving. It was very, you need to do this, or you're a piece of shit. There's definitely been a change over the years in the way that I talk to myself. I used to be very mean to myself. I used to be ambitious from a place of like cruelty rather than from a place of love. I don't know. I was just journaling basically to like reflect on the age 22 and like everything I accomplished. And you know what it is? Sometimes you don't really notice how much you've accomplished and how successful a year has been until you really like force yourself to sit down and look back. Because I thought the year 22, like age 22, not much happened. So you know what I did? I went through my camera roll because for some reason your camera roll has everything. And I went through the year 2025 and I was like, whoa. A lot happened in 2025. Guys, it was my first year working, like my first full year of having a job and balancing that with everything else. And I was going through so many phases of trying to like balance writing, content, my full-time job, habits at the same time, everything. And there were months where I struggled to do anything other than work. Like I did my 9 to 5, did nothing else. There were months where I balanced everything pretty well. And yeah, like it was just a cycle of those different like phases of trying to balance my work with my creative passions. There's nothing more miserable than a creative that doesn't create, and I felt it a lot during those periods where I basically thought I couldn't create, like I didn't have time. So I think over the past few like months has just been me trying different ways to balance everything. Like it's still a work in progress, but I think what I'm doing right now, like the current routine I have right now, is definitely effective. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely effective. So I'm very optimistic going into 2026 because I think I've done so much trial and error that I'm on a very good path in making sure I don't neglect that part of myself. So looking through my old journal entries and seeing how differently I spoke to myself back in the day compared to now is something. Right now, as I'm writing things that like have gone well this year, have gone bad this year, it helps looking back because that's how you know what has gone well and what has gone bad. That version of myself is the reason why I'm where I am today. She's the reason I have this job. She's the reason why I'm doing content more consistently now. She's the reason why my first draft has gone so well so far. Like I've written so much of it because of her. And yeah, her internal dialogue was so cruel. When I journal, I basically just pour out all my current thoughts. Everything I'm currently thinking just gets vomited onto a page, right? So I did that this morning, like I do most mornings. And then the next page, I basically did a birthday reflection. Now, it's not even my birthday yet, but I just wanted to reflect on the year. If you're also like wondering what I should like journal on my birthday, I can give you guys the prompts that I use. And then it's something you can look back on every year to see if like things have changed, things have improved. So the first prompt was describe this year in 3 words. A lot happened this year. I started my YouTube channel. I became way more confident posting. I used to be so like bad at talking to the camera, as most people are when they start YouTube, but now it's like, and I think that's like a big testament to things being uncomfortable at first or things being hard at first, but when you're consistent with it, that C word, consistent with it, it becomes second nature. And I'm so glad that I stuck to it, because I really didn't think I could keep doing it. And I also started a UGC business. That is not as active right now because I'm trying to prioritize other things, but the amount of like opportunities and the amount of things I learned about myself and like creating and editing and working with brands, I learned so much about that shit from just that UGC business I did. Back to the prompt, because I keep going off topic, guys. Okay, describe this year in 3 words. Creative, explorative, is that a word? I hope it's a word. Creative, explorative, and risk loving. I took so many risks this year. The amount of things that I've done this year that 21-year-old me and 19-year-old me would have a heart attack over. I literally was just looking through my camera to see all the things I got up to, and I was like, oh, I did all this stuff alone. First of all, going out alone and doing things alone is something that I, at 19, was terrified of doing. You know, like coffee shop dates, going out to dinner, all that stuff. I'm so scared of being perceived, so I can't do it. But I did that shit this year. I did it without blinking. I really just did the things that made me uncomfortable a lot more this year than any other year. So yeah, creative, explorative, and risk loving, because this year was a year of trying new things. I've tried so many new things this year. Like I said, UGC, YouTube. In doing all these new crazy like new things, I learned so much about what I actually want to stick to and what I actually want to focus on. So it was a good year for that. Prompt number 2, what are your most positive moments this year? Starting YouTube, obviously. I feel like starting YouTube has made me more confident in front of the camera, which is something that I never thought would be possible. I remember back in like 2015, me and my brother were like, should we start a YouTube channel? Should we do YouTube? Because it just felt so like it would be fun, you know? But I always chickened out of it because, you know, I was too in my head about it, but now I just did it, and now I'm glad I did it because it's not as scary as I thought it would be. I also said more loving internal dialogue. Like I said earlier, I definitely speak to myself from a place of love rather than from a place of dictatorship and harshness and cruelty. I'm less crazy about my mistakes. Basically, I take every like fallback as a lesson rather than a failure. And I also said being more vulnerable. I'm not expanding on that. Yeah, the last point I said is being more vulnerable. I have quite an avoidant personality when it comes to like anything to do with connecting with new people. I don't think so much friends, but I think like romantically at least, it's very avoidant. I just see boys as a distraction, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just so unimportant to me. Like romance books and everything, I'm like oh, it's so cute, but when it's like me in real life, it's like, what do you want? What are your intentions? My first instinct when someone wants to connect with me, my instinct is to like find a reason to cut it off, like look for an excuse, find the littlest fault and be like, oh, see, this is why it won't work, and block them. Instead of doing that, I've given myself more time to just try, basically, even though it makes me sick to my stomach. And it's nothing to do with the actual person, it's just me. I don't know what it is. I think go look into attachment styles, guys, because it's deeper than just like, oh, I don't want to connect. Like, it's kind of literally a trauma response, but I don't know where it comes from. I genuinely don't. I am forcing myself to step out of my comfort zone and just like let myself feel things and open myself up to risks. I'm proud of myself. Prompt number 3, what am I leaving behind? Perfectionism, obviously. I talked about that in my last video, how perfectionism ruins your life. The next thing I'm leaving behind is lack of discipline. Discipline is what's gonna get you from A to B. Discipline is what's gonna keep you consistent. Being consistent and being perfect are 2 different things. I talked about that in the last video. And in order to be consistent, you need to be disciplined. Your feelings cannot stop you from doing the things you need to do. That knowledge that is the best thing for you to do needs to override those like momentary feelings of like, ugh, I can't be bothered. And it also has to come from a place of love. You deserve to work out. You deserve to live a healthy lifestyle. You deserve to feel accomplished and closer to your goals, because you know that's the most loving thing for you. Even though I would say I'm a very disciplined person, I have my moments. And then the last thing I'm leaving behind is internalizing outside opinions. I need to be better at taking in opinions and still doing what feels right for me. You know what I mean? That's why I say internalizing. You know that thing of like, you need to descend to your parents. That doesn't mean ignore their opinions. That doesn't mean you don't listen to what they say, but it's also a thing of like, you're not here to please everybody. You're not here to make everybody think you're doing the right thing, because respectfully, you don't all have the same goals. You and your friends don't have the same goals. You don't have the same ambitions. So when it comes to the opinions of other people in relation to your life and your goals and what you're trying to do, take it in, but don't hold it in. You know what I mean? Let it come in and go. Let it come in and go. Consider it, let it go. Still do what you feel like is right for you. What is the word of the year for you? The word of the year for 23-year-old me is the word consistency. Whether or not my output is 100% each time, because I genuinely, as a human being, as a woman, I cannot put out 100% all the time. I have moments where I can only give 10%, 50%. I am tired sometimes. Regardless of how my cycle moves, regardless of my mood, regardless of how I feel, I'm still going to put something out each time. That's what consistency is. And it's something I need to remember, because I can easily get consistency replaced and confused with perfection. That is why consistency is the word of the year. We're gonna go get breakfast, and then I'm gonna go visit a bunch of bookstores, and then I'm gonna go sightseeing, you know, just walk the streets. Like, there's so many like landmarks nearby, so I'm just gonna walk around and take pictures. And then I'm gonna go get an Upland roast hot chocolate, because I saw that on TikTok and I really want one. And then I probably will come back, freshen up, pray, and then maybe walk around again for a little bit. And then I want to do maki and ramen for dinner, like this place called Maki and Ramen. It's popular. On this actual trip, I've spent the most money on food. Food and drinks, not even transport, because apart from the Uber from the airport, which was 30 minutes, everywhere is walkable. The castle is 5 minutes from here. Like, everything is really close. Old Town is right there, right outside. But yeah, all I'm spending money on right now is food, and I honestly don't care. Like, it's worth it. Last night I had takeout. I had chopsticks. I love chopsticks. Chopsticks is such a throwback to uni, because whenever like the groceries ran out and I just wanted a quick dinner, chopsticks. The chicken strips were like rock hard, but that's probably because I ordered it and I didn't eat it for like an hour because I went to go shower, so maybe that's my fault. But they also didn't give me a fork. How are you gonna give me noodles without a fork? And I called reception. I tried to, they were closed, so I couldn't request a fork. So I basically had my noodles with a spoon, which yeah, pissed me off, but it is what it is. So yeah, let's just get Thursday started. I am cold outside, guys. It is freezing. It's mainly my hands. I wish I brought gloves. I came back to try and see if I can layer some clothes on before going back out again, just really briefly. I also wanted to show you guys what I got. It's a cute little book haul. Armchair Books. Tote bag. Copped. Got this book called The Darkening. It's a signed edition. It has a letter in it, guys. A letter to the reader from the author. We've also got a nice little bookmark. I've also got a little picture of the main character. Guys, not only is the book itself, like the description, so interesting, but they've given us so many little goodies inside. Like, I was just like, ugh, I'd be an idiot to not take it. Oh, look, another bookmark, exclusive signed edition. I also got this book called The Black Boy from Eton. He basically tells his story as the first black boy to ever graduate from Eton College. Paints an intimate picture of a boy growing into a man in an extraordinary environment. As tempting as it is, my suitcase cannot take that many books, so I had to be reasonable about it. I didn't even want to pick up a big fat hard copy, but that description was too good. And I love this tote bag. Plastic or tote? Tote, ma'am. Thank you. I might go to another bookstore. We'll see. I probably won't, because I know I can't spend money on more books and I don't want to tempt myself, but I still want to look. So if I come across bookstores, I probably will go in. And then I'm going to also get Upland's roast hot chocolate. Apparently it's really good. So it's like a 13-minute walk, which is decent, but it's freezing, so I need to figure out what to wear. I am tired, but that's good because that means I did the most today. I was walking up and down, up and down, up, and I was everywhere. So now I'm home. I went to a bookstore again. Oops. It was just an accident. I just saw the bookstore and I was like, I don't buy anything. And I didn't buy anything. I saw an Enid Blyton collection and it literally made me so emotional for like 5 seconds. I was just like, wow, it's been such a long time since I've seen like such a big Enid Blyton collection because it takes me back to like when I was 7 years old and obsessed with Enid Blyton. Like that was my author. There were so many like nooks and crannies. There was a downstairs area in the bookstore and I was just like, oh, okay. Went down, there were just all these different types of books. There was like music, there was historical fiction. Let me change my battery before it cuts me off. As I was saying before I was rudely cut off, I saw these little like seating areas downstairs, so I was just like, oh, let me just sit here and rest my feet because my feet were aching. And I sat and I did some reading. I can't believe it took me so long to actually like pick it up and commit to reading it, but Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. Since this morning at breakfast I've been reading it and it's a really good book. It's really good. And I was just reading more chapters of that and texting my friends at the same time and, you know, just chilling, like resting my feet. And then I went to go pick up lunch. I'm gonna pray, then I'm gonna eat that, relax my feet, just like lie in bed for a bit, just chill. And then I think I'm gonna go out for dinner. Maki and Ramen or Makar's Mash Bar, one of those two places. Depends on what I'm feeling like. Let's see how I feel after 5 o'clock. If it gets to 5 p.m. and I'm craving ramen, we're going to Maki and Ramen. If I'm craving mash and beef or lamb, then I'm going to Makar's Mash Bar. We'll see. But yeah, that's what's going on today. Guys, I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Do you wanna know what I did? Basically, I booked for 2 people for this hotel. I didn't know I booked for 2 people, by the way, until my mom called me this morning because she asked for my reservation details. Like, she likes to know what hotel I'm staying at, the flight details, everything. I sent it all to her yesterday. Then she called me. She was like, Amina, who are you there with? And I was just like, nobody. It's a solo trip for a reason. Like, Amina, you can tell me, like, what's going on. And I was just like, Mom, what the hell? Like, it's just me. Who would I be here with? My friends? Like, a boy? And she was just like, I see in your reservation it's 2 people. And I was like, really? And I checked and I was like, yeah, it's 2 people. And I was like, it's just me being stupid. It was an accident. And she was like, but you would tell me if you were with someone, right? Like, I was like, Mom, I literally overshare with you all the time. If I was here with a boy, I would not be able to keep that from you. Also, I would never be here with a boy and I'm not married to. I was like, Mom, am I married? But I'm not here with a boy. She was just like, okay. Because she was so confused. And I was just like, Mom, it's me. Yeah, I'm gonna rest now, but I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I probably will check in again when I decide what I'm gonna do for dinner.